And namaste. My name is Henry Jedicayo. During the failed presidential campaign of Tulsi Gabbard, I've made more than 12 videos to expose her lies and deceits. And you can find some of those videos with the links I am going to put under this video. Today, I would like to speak on the future of Tulsi Gabbard. We know now that she will not run again for a seat in the Congress of the United States. What is she gonna do now? Is she gonna keep the lies and deceit that she has been dishing out to the American public for many years now? For those who don't know me, I'm a French-Canadian hypnotherapist, and my special field of interest is brainwashing and mind control by cults. And I believe that Tulsi Gabbard is deeply brainwashed by the cult that she was born in. One of the saddest parts of the whole presidential campaign of Tulsi Gabbard is that she convinced hundreds, possibly thousands of Hindus to give her money because she was a Hindu candidate. I know about Hinduism. I have been to India at least 10 times, and I have made a documentary on the life and teaching of Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi that is 20-hour long, and you can see that documentary on the YouTube channel of the scholar Mr. David Godman. It is very important for the Hindus supporting Tulsi Gabbard to understand that there is a very big difference between being Hindu and being in a Hindu cult. In the last few years, India has seen many cults having scandalous conduct in India and around the world. Most famous, Satya Sai Baba, who was a pedophile. We have Swami Nityananda that has fleeced his own devotees of millions of dollars. We have seen the scandalous conduct of Asharam Baba and the criminal activities of Gurmat Ram Rahim. I want to tell you that Tulsi Gabbard belonged to such a cult. It's called the Science of Identity, and the leader is called Chris Butler, who gave himself the name Jagat Guru Siddhar Swarupananda Paramahamsa. Basically, he wants to create a brand that he is the greatest guru in the universe. And I'm here to tell you that this is a very abusive cult, a criminal cult, in which Tulsi Gabbard was born in, raised in by her parents that are both lifelong disciple of Chris Butler. Because of this, Tulsi Gabbard had to lie. She had to deceive. She had to cover up for the cult and the cult leader. She said, for example, in the New Yorker magazine interview about 2 years ago, that she never heard her guru say anything negative. Well, those of us that know a lot of information about this cult will tell you that this is not truth. And you can find a lot of information from ex-member of this cult if you visit culteducation.com. Over the last year, I have interviewed many ex-followers of this cult. And some of those interviews are testimonials of people who have been used and abused by this cult. Some of the most heart-wrenching testimonial came from KOVIAK that you see here. When he was 12 years old, he was sent to the cult school in the Philippines. He was physically abused. He was sexually abused in that school. He was basically abandoned in that school for 4 years, while his mother had been convinced by the cult to go open a center in Poland to tell the Polish people that Chris Butler is the greatest guru in the universe. That woman was so brainwashed that she practically abandoned her son in the Philippines. To this day, KOVIAK is dealing with the sequel of being used and abused in that cult. And KOVIAK also saw Tulsi Gabbard, who also was in a school in the Philippines, the same cult school. She denies that she was ever there, but we have people that had visual contact with her when she was being brainwashed in the school of Chris Butler. We have the testimonial of RAMA RANSON. Now, RAMA RANSON was born and raised in a family that was completely devoted to the cult. And RAMA RANSON was completely rejected by his mother simply because he refused to worship Chris Butler. We have the testimonial of LALITA, who was born and raised in the cult in Australia, and also she was completely rejected by her family because she refused to accept Chris Butler as her Lord and Savior, as the guru of the entire universe. And there's dozens of those testimonials if you visit culteducation.com. So what is Tulsi Gabbard now will say and will do concerning the cult that she belongs to? She went along with the story that her mother was Hindu, but her father was Catholic, a Christian. And we know this is complete bullshit. Her father, Hare Krishna name was Krishnakata, and he was and he is completely devoted to serving his Lord and Master Chris Butler. Will Tulsi Gabbard come back in another political campaign with the same lies, the same deceit, telling us my father is a Catholic, stating that her guru never said anything negative? Is she going to continue to try to bullshit the public? If you are a public servant and the public is paying the money to serve the public, the least you can do is being truthful, is being honest with the people that are paying your way in life. I'm calling upon the conscience of Tulsi Gabbard. How long can you keep in your subconscious mind all those lies, all those deceits being covered up because you are ultimately a disciple, a servant of the cult called the science of identity? I know very well that you might be a star in your family, but I have also seen the damages that it has done to your little brother Bhakti when I did visit him in jail in Las Vegas because he was strung out on so many drugs. How long are you going to keep this bullshit going until you decide to clear your consciousness and come clean about your past and who you are worshiping at this present moment? Are you ready to walk away from this cult and be truthful, or are you going to keep going with the same lies and deceit that you've been peddling for so many years now? Hindus around the world should not be taken by the fact that they had some Hindu in Congress. If there is a demand for money coming from Tulsi Gabbard again toward the Hindu community, the Hindu community should investigate deeply. Where did she become Hindu? Is she a Hindu, or is she part of a destructive cult that has actually destroyed, sabotaged the life of thousands of people around the world? And this cult is doing it right now in 2020. Tulsi Gabbard is the star of that cult when it comes to a public face to the American people, to the Hindu community. And I say, along with dozens of ex-members, please investigate Tulsi Gabbard's belief. She's in a cult, a destructive cult that has destroyed the life of thousands of people. Do not give any money to Tulsi Gabbard that could end up directly or indirectly in the coffer of the cult and its member. Thank you very much. Namaste.